I am doing a declutter today. If you want to know what it is I'm getting rid of, then stick around. All right, let's get this out of the way. If you are enjoying the content of this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy the content on this channel in general, please consider subscribing. It would mean a lot. Okay, I have this big box next to me. If you're wondering where this nice box comes from, it is the Sol de Janeiro Carnival box. It is a beautiful box. If you get this set, really take a look at this box. You may end up wanting to keep it. It's really nice. And I decided, because I am using the products in the box, to repurpose it into my declutter box. And I have quite a few items in this box, although most of them are from 2 brands. So three brands. Let's take a look. Oh, and by the way, if you are interested in this look, different lipstick, but everything else is the same, take a look at my Get Ready With Me, the latest one. And this is how I achieved the look today. All the products and everything are in that video. You can also always see what I'm up to as far as what I have on my face in the description box below. I don't have any links there. I'm just giving you full details on all the products that I have used in that given look for a given day. So you'll find all those products as well down below. All right, so we've got quite a few different types of makeup. A lot of the makeup here comes from one brand, and that is because I did a full brand review on Joe Fresh. And so there are some products that I liked more and that I liked less. And so let's start with that brand, and then I'll complement with the other items from other brands, obviously. And of course, it spans from fragrances to face makeup to eye makeup, and also to some nail polishes too. So lots of different stuff. So like I said, let's talk about Joe Fresh. I won't go over all of the reasons for each product. I think it's a lot better to go see that Joe Fresh video for the full in-depth review. And you also find, if you're curious, a whole lip swatches and try-on video for Joe Fresh. So if you're interested in the lip try-on stuff, I'll also link as soon as I can in the cards above that video as well. Now, I have 4 eyeshadows. Long and short of it is, the color payoff, not enough for me. Good base color, not a good color payoff, so I'm going to get rid of these. If you're curious, I have Pretty Penny, Honey Bell, I hope I'm not blinding you, Pretty Penny, Honey Bell, Cinnamon, and Pale Rose. It's not worth swatching or anything. Okay. The next one is a highlighter. Looks like this. There is nothing wrong with this highlighter. There's another one from Joe Fresh that I'm going to be keeping. It's a bigger pan than this. It's like a bronzer pan. It's like this size pan. Hopefully I'm not blinding you. It's like this size pan, but split in the middle, and one side's the highlighter and one side is a medium kind of bronzer, medium light kind of bronzer. I think this highlighter is fine. I don't want to keep 2 from Joe Fresh. So this is the one that's going to go, and it's only going to go because I quite like the bronzer as well, and I didn't want to get rid of the bronzer. So this highlighter in Luster is the one that is going to go. Again, it's a fine product. I have no problem with it. But I also have other colors similar to that in drugstore priced items like the Essence Pure Nude, and I don't need 2 from Joe Fresh, so that's it. So you already got a preview of the next product. This is called the CC Translucent Pressed Powder. Looks like this. And unless you're very fair, I think it leaves a cast on the skin. And so it gave me white face basically, which looks really funny. So I'm going to pass this along to someone who is very fair. I only used it twice. So it is still in great condition. And of course, I'm going to sanitize everything and give it to friends and family. Next up, I have a cream product from Joe Fresh. This is the blush, cream blush in Rose. This is what it looks like. And I did apply this in a Get Ready With Me. Actually, I applied a lot of Joe Fresh products in a Get Ready With Me. I will link that video here as well. I ended up getting a highlighter stick and then 2 blushes. I'm going to get rid of this Rose because I have a NARS liquid blush already in Dolce Vita, and I tried it on. I have it on today. I like the subtleness of it and the buildability of it. And this one is, to me, it's almost a duplicate, and it is very, very potent as a color. And out of the 2 that I bought from Joe Fresh, I like the peach one better. So I'm going to keep the peach and then use the Dolce Vita as my rose and just pass this on to someone who could use it, because of course cream products don't have as long of a shelf life. So I think it's better for someone else to get to use it. But yeah, the cream highlight I'm going to keep. I think it's great for winter. Cream products are nice because if you have dry skin, you don't need to add more powder to your face. So that's awesome. Next up, I have a couple of foundations from Joe Fresh. This one is the Daily Boost Fluid Foundation. Now, I love the fact that it comes with a pump, and so I have no problem passing this on because it's definitely sanitary. And it's in the color Porcelain. And I have another one as well. And this one is the Hydra Stay Liquid Foundation. And this one has argan oil. I was wondering what was breaking me out on my chin, and it was this foundation, so I don't like it. And then this foundation I found very drying. Actually, I didn't find this one all that hydrating either, so these 2 foundations just don't work well for me. And I think this one is also in Porcelain. Yeah, they're both in Porcelain, so a fair family member or friend of mine, I'm sure, could use it, especially if they are combo to oily. I think that these foundations would be better for that kind of skin. I had a bunch of concealers from Joe Fresh. I had 6 in total. The stick ones I like, these ones not so much, so I'm going to pass these on. I have 2 illuminating concealers, and I just didn't care for them, so I'm going to pass that along. And then also a long wear spot concealer that it just didn't work for me. So just show you the applicator, just a basic applicator, but I just didn't find that it stayed in the spot that I used it. Like, for example, I have a little blemish here. I didn't use it today because I just don't find it works. So yeah, for me, it's not working. I'm sure that it will work for someone else, but just doesn't work for me. Next up, I'm going to pass on a hydrating primer. And the only reason I'm going to pass that on is I have a whack of primers right now. I have some from Smashbox, from Makeup Forever. I'm forgetting what else. I have a bunch of primers, so I don't need more. And so I'm going to pass this on because it's nice to have a free primer. And it's a hydrating primer, and it's nice. I have no problem with it. I just don't need that many. Next up, I have 4 pencils from Joe Fresh, and I wanted to try the pencils. The thing I have with these pencils, which of course I will all sharpen before handing them off to someone else, is that they were lackluster for me compared to other pencils that I have, and so I don't want to keep a duplicate when I prefer the one I already have. And the colors I have are Champagne, Plum, this one is called Twilight, and this one was quite nice. I'll just show you this color. I have one from Physicians Formula that does the same thing, but you'll see there's some shimmer in it. Yeah, so I just have duplicates, and then this one is a twist up brown pencil, but yeah, again, just don't need them. So I will sanitize them and pass them on. And I had one that, if you watched my Get Ready With Me, I was not sure whether I was going to declutter or not. I was giving it another chance. And it is the Joe Fresh Illuminating Primer. And I have it on my face, and I was going to figure out in that video whether or not I was going to keep it. And the last time I used this primer, what I did was I used way too much, and I looked like Tin Man. And today I'm wearing it, and I think it does illuminate, but I don't think it's overkill. So, and I don't really have an illuminating primer right now anymore. I finished up a Becca. So I think I'm going to use this one and see if I can use it up. It's in the color Champagne, and I like it. I think it looks good. So that one has survived the gauntlet. Okay, a couple of products from Sephora now. I am going to be passing on this one, which is a blush that is ridiculously shimmery to me, and it's called 05 Miss Flirty. And it's Shimmer City. So, not even shimmer, like almost Glitter City. So let me just shear this out a little bit and you can see. If you like a lot of shimmer, you will like this. I am just not a shimmer blush person. And there's a lot of shimmer. I think if you pack it on relatively thickly, it's fine. But and I like when I use this kind of product to really shear it out, the sparkliness of it really starts to shine through if it's more sporadic. And it looks like something's off. But the way I look at it on my hand right here, if it's thick enough, as in densely pigmented enough, it actually looks pretty good. It's just not my cup of tea, so I'm going to pass this one on. Now for these products, it's bittersweet because I just finished a brand new focus on them, and it is the 3 Sephora vintage palettes. I'll link my How Were They video up in the cards. They're great. They're good palettes. I mean, they're great. They are perfectly fine palettes, and I really love the component. I love the palette itself. I love the fact that a lot of these shades are Sephora favorites. Among all of them, you'll see little hearts at the back of each one of these palettes. So they contain shades that have been proven to be very popular with Sephora shoppers, but I just have too many of these types of shades. So let's go with the lightest one of the bunch, which is the Sun Bleached Filter palette. And it looks like this inside. Very pretty, and especially really pretty for someone who wants a very light look, or who is just kind of figuring out how they want to do their eyeshadow. I think it's great. And again, a full mirror and such good quality packaging. Then there is the Vintage Filter that looks like this. Very nice earth tone colors. Quite beautiful. This is probably my favorite one. It is. It's my favorite one. I like all of these colors, actually. It makes really nice looks, from kind of plummy looks to just fall neutral looks. It looks really good. And finally, I'm going to talk myself out of decluttering, especially the Vintage Filter. I really like it. And then finally, the Overcast palette. And the Overcast palette looks like this inside. What draws me to this palette is the purple, the yellows, and also this purple, gray right down here. So the purple and yellow, I think that's always a very nice combination, but the gray in this palette teamed up with, I think the gray in here, yeah, teamed up with Antiqued in here. I did a beautiful smoky gray look with these two palettes, and I'll put a picture right here if you want to take a look at that. That's kind of a smoky gray look. They're really good. They're really good. They're going to sit in my collection unused as I try to use other palettes that have similar colors. That's the reality of it. And I would really much more appreciate for a friend of mine or one of my family members to get some good use out of these palettes, because they really are good palettes and they deserve a better home. All right, let's move on. I'm torn, but it's the right thing to do. Okay. Similarly is this Physicians Formula Nudes palette. It's great. There's nothing wrong with it. But if I want nude shimmers, I have them all over the place. So this one was a nice one for me to play around with a couple times for shimmers, and I have kept it around because I thought, well, you know, it's always good for travel, and it's been 3 trips now. I haven't taken it with me. The one that I have been taking with me is this Tartiste Pro To Go, and as you can see from the palette, there are 3 solid shimmer slash metallics in here. So I have enough, and I don't need the 2. If I'm going to take one traveling, it's going to be this one. So it's better for me to pass on this Physicians Formula palette to someone who can use it and where it complements their existing collection. Next up, I have some CoverGirl palettes. 3 CoverGirl palettes. They are in the old packaging. They are the True Naked palettes. Here is the OG. I'll explain what I mean by that in a second. So here is the first one. This is when I discovered that I could wear makeup. This is the first palette I picked up to play with, and it has come with me traveling. It is my most used. It is supposed to mimic the original Naked, which of course I have back here, so I just don't need to keep dupes for the Naked palette. I have the Naked palettes now. This other one here is called the Roses palette, and it is a dupe for the Naked 3. And I'm wearing the Naked 3 today. I have the Naked 3, so I can definitely pass this one on, which was my second favorite for, actually no, pardon me. This one I believe is for the Naked 2. And this one is for the Naked 3. And this one, this last one, the Goldens, I'm pretty sure is a dupe for the Naked, the original Naked. And this is the Goldens, the third one. And this is the one I've used the least. But by the time I got this one, right after I ended up getting the Naked Vault that had the original, the 1, the 2, the original, the 2, the 3, and Heat. So I ended up just using the original, and I barely used this one. I swatched it and used it a couple times, and that was it. But it has some really nice gold colors in here. I mean, it's a very nice color. There's no problem with these shadows. They're really good color palettes. They pick up the most important colors that you would want in the grouping that reflects the kind of look for each one of the Naked palettes. And it's not a true, it's not like a replica product. I call it a dupe, but they stand on their own. They're very good palettes, and you can get them for about $10 each Canadian. I'm, slightly on sale, but still, I think that they're really good palettes, and they've just been sitting in my collection now for over a year that I haven't used them, and it's time for them to find a better home. So that's why I'm getting rid of those. We're almost there, just a couple more products. I have also been interested in doing my nails more these days, and I thought that I couldn't really wear nail polish, and these nails, I have had these nails done for 4 days now, and I've only had to fix 1 chip. And that has convinced me that it's the nail polish that I have, not my ability to apply, that is the problem. So I need to get rid of my old nail polishes. And I have 3 here that are the Sally Hansen Insta Dry. So I have Go Garnet, which I ended up buying for Halloween purposes. I have another one called Mauve It, and also the very well-loved, I guess it's the Insta Dry Clear. So just kind of, I was using it as a top coat. And I ended up getting rid of another one earlier as well, because it was just, I showed that in an empties video, that I had to get rid of it. So these I'm not passing on. They're crap. So I need to just move on. You will see them if you watch my empties. You will see these in an empties video. And one final nail polish is this 60 Seconds Vinyl Shine. I had used this product from Rimmel. I think it's just really old. I've had it forever. I used it on top of a Sephora nail polish and it bubbled on me like crazy. It was the biker color, and I wore it in a couple of videos, and I don't know, hopefully the bubbling didn't really show on camera, but if it did, oh well. I had applied this kind of 60-second speed coat twice on the Sephora nail polishes that I just got recently. I'll show you those in a second. But so it bubbled every time. And so I was wondering, is it the Sephora nail polish or is it this stuff? So I just did these without putting any of this on. And like I said, they've lasted for days and I think they look pretty darn good. So this needs to go. Now let me go get those nail polishes so I can show you. Okay, my nail polish collection currently is all of 7 nail polishes. This is the one that I wore that ended up having bubbles because of the 60-second dry from Rimmel. Again, it's because it's old. I'm sure it's because it's old. This is called Biker's Trip. Really cool, right? I think it's a cool color. I love the name especially. I mentioned before that it's because I used to have a motorcycle, so I'm partial to that name. Then I have one of the reds from Sephora. This is Save the Date. Really like it. Okay, I'm not sure where the silver one is, but I will show you the gold. So it's exactly like this one, with a little flecks of glitter, and you can see what the effect is. Kind of a neat effect, I think. I'm not sure if it's focusing or not. It's kind of hard sometimes for this kind of effect to focus well. And then of course I have the black, because you can tell that I have got black nail polish on. 5 of the Sephora nail polishes and 3 Joe Fresh nail polishes, and that's pretty much it right now. But I do have some more nail polishes on the way, and I'm so pleased to have rediscovered the joy of having nail polish on my fingers, because I don't have the nicest nails, and it's so nice to just feel more confident with my nails, even though I'm not doing gel nails anymore. I stopped that years ago, and but I do like the fact that I can just get a $5 nail polish, bottle of nail polish, and have nails that look good. And I was really surprised by how quickly the Sephora nail polish dried on its own without a top coat or anything. I was really impressed with it. So I'm really pleased with how that purchase turned out. I would highly recommend those nail polishes, by the way. Okay. Sidetrack. I am going to get rid of one last product, and this one is really tough. I have worn this perfume for years. I think I was in my teens when I started wearing it. And it is Loulou by Cacharel. And it the component looks like this. I love the aesthetics of this bottle, but I have been okay. I had this perfume. This perfume was discontinued. I managed to get it online. And long and short of it is, I don't think it's the same anymore. I'm just going to spray it real quick. And it smells right, but the chemistry, it doesn't smell the same on me as it used to. And so I'm not going to keep a perfume around that makes me smell funny. And my husband also said, like, he doesn't like this one, but I've been wearing other perfumes and I keep asking him, do you like this one? Do you like this one? And he's liked everything so far. So for him to tell me, you know, I'm not too crazy about this one, it just tells me that there's something off with it, that it has to go, despite the fact that it means a lot to me. And it's, you will have seen it back there in a lot of previous videos. It's always been prominent, but I have to let it go. It's not the same anymore. And so it's symbolic, but I can move on to some other loves. And right now I have to say that Mon Guerlain, this perfume, is the one that has my heart right now. And I am really enjoying wearing it. I wear it almost daily. And yeah, it suits me really, really well. So yeah, time to move on. So it's bittersweet, but I love the fact that I am getting rid of something, but I feel like I'm moving on to something better. So yeah, there it goes. Because I can smell that it smells good, I was actually going to put it in the trash. But now that I smell that the perfume itself still smells like it's supposed to, but it just doesn't smell right on me once I've been wearing it for an hour or two, and that's really what matters, right? Is how it smells. It works with your body chemistry. I am going to put it in the box as well and actually allow family members to decide whether or not they would want that perfume. All right, how many items do I have in here? 4, 7, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. I have a total of 26 items that I'm going to be passing on to friends and family. And I have 4 items, the nail polishes, that I'm getting rid of. So a total of 30 products. I am really pleased with this declutter. I didn't want to bring you along for the whole thing because I was pretty sure what it is that I was going to discard, and I didn't want to do that kind of a video just for the sake of it when I've already made up my mind. So hope you don't mind that. But yeah, I would really call this first significant declutter a real success, and I look forward to doing some more. So if you like this kind of video, please let me know. Comment down below, or let me know in some other way. that would be fantastic. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.